we're ready to move on to game one. This is the final
You
match
know why
between
he's
cRacK and
using the
Twilight.
color brown, right?
No, I have no idea.
He thinks Lord Vraxx looks like a poop when he uses the brown color. That's literally the only reason he uses brown. Don't you love it?
That's really immature, but I understand. It's alright. Goes for the unarmed combo. Oh my gosh,
my
breaks
goodness.
cRacK into the deep yellow.
Some insane unarmed combos.
And immediately opens up the guns. cRacK finally has some weapons of his own, but he was brought in the orange by Vraxx. Down air comes in. cRacK loses stock.
Wow.
LDZ.
That was a 20-second stop.
Yeah, that was odd. I feel like cRacK didn't even really know what was going on.
Wow.
Twilight goes in. cRacK holding onto the spear goes for the neutral air.
Hey, he's called it both logic. He also likes to call Vraxx a coffee bean with the brown skin. His bald head. Alright, so Twilight isn't getting nearly as good of a showing on the second stock. He's gotten he's gotten cRacK to deep yellow, but that's to be expected. Already in kill percent. If cRacK can find this kill pretty soon here, it'll look good. The cider almost killing, but the recovery will definitely do it. cRacK is he's looking okay. He's definitely been in worse. But yeah, he hits a few guitar strings and he's instantly back in this. Twilight picks up the guns, finds a nair, but not the follow up.
Twilight below the
Twilight's
stage.
just playing off the edge here.
Yeah, cRacK went for a down sig, goes for another charge slide down sig, but doesn't quite work out. Twilight tosses his guns away, holds on the lance. cRacK goes for a downer to be able to read. And Twilight returns. Ooh, goes for some siders himself. Both players find themselves in the orange. cRacK stabilizing after that first stock.
So both players are in the orange. Very close game so far. Twilight not finding anything with this lance. Probably wants his guns back pretty soon here. But he does find the back burner on the lance. But oh, the neutral sig. So much range, but it doesn't quite kill.
What's a decent
That'll
amount of
kill
damage?
him.
Yeah, the
Okay.
downer will definitely do. Oh, cRacK barely tries to make it back,
he
but
didn't have the
Twilight
jumps.
Twilight put himself in position to actually get hit there, but cRacK doesn't end up going for it, and Twilight takes the lead once again, but gets hit by that neutral air, puts a decent amount of damage onto him. cRacK just tosses the mine straight off the stage, doesn't even go for the trade and a downer. Ooh, a ground pound, that's kind of risky considering how much down jumps he had back. There's a guitarist, tosses it into Twilight's face. Twilight trying to carry him across the stage with the last. No! cRacK, not again!
cRacK, please. Oh, man. Oh, man, cRacK. No.
cRacK ends up killing himself below the stage once again, and Twilight takes game one.
Well, that was pretty silly from cRacK. You can't just kill yourself like that. Like that was as pure of a Z as you can get.
Yeah.
Just no reason, just falling below the stage and killing yourself on accident. Going straight back to the Twilight map. Same matchups. cRacK's just hoping that he can get a real game instead of killing himself.
Twilight standing on the stage for a while, ends up moving as cRacK barely misses out on hitting the horn onto him. cRacK goes for a recovery. Twilight not opening up with quite as an explosive unarmed combo this time as he did before. Goes for the sideline into a down air. Second down air actually hits. Goes for that charge signature, but doesn't really aim it at cRacK's face. And cRacK finds the spear, stabilizes a little bit side air into sideline into ground pound. Ground pound doesn't connect, but doesn't get punished for it either. And he's bringing this match to even into his lead.
Yeah. Twilight was doing pretty good with the lance, but cRacK brought it back very quickly. Twilight still looking for just these siders and stuff, but gets killed by a neutral sig from cRacK.
cRacK goes in for a down air. Twilight playing with the guns. Goes for that cider himself, but cRacK is ready to kind of punish with these guitars right now and hits up the recovery. Twilight forced to go low, goes for that down signature, and Twilight playing around with the guns, staying on the side of the stage. cRacK's not afraid to chase him off stage himself, forces Twilight back onto the center, and cRacK Goes for that weapon toss into the ground pound and kills himself, essentially. I mean, yes, there was a punish from
that
Twilight.
wasn't so much killing himself. He went for the ground pound, expecting to get an early kill on Twilight. So he was sort of a.
So it was a punish.
risk.
It was a punish. It was a very huge risk that I feel like he didn't need to go for, but he had the stock to do it.
Well, like he has this stock advantage, and he does have a lot of damage on Twilight. He's already about to take this stock.
Yeah, goes to that ground pound, but that sideline into neutral air brings him into the yellow. Another neutral air, third neutral air, down air. Twilight doing insane with his strings right now.
He's a lance.
But the end sig kills him.
But
again.
another neutral sig. Okay. Neutral sig numero dos. All right. Twilight picking up the guns and going back to his comfortable little ledge.
Ooh, hits him with the neutral airs. Puts a little bit more damage onto him, just hanging on.
cRacK's just like, nope, I'm done.
cRacK definitely doesn't want to go out there, because last time he did lose that stock, and Twilight was very happy about that. cRacK holds on to the spear. Twilight is playing around with the guns on the side of the ledge, goes for that weapon toss into nothing, to be honest. And Twilight playing with the guns, tossing to the side, and Twilight back to the lance.
Yeah, you can see cRacK doesn't like fighting Twilight off the edge, but they're not on the edge anymore. Fighting for center control, cRacK gets it.
Ooh, goes for that GC neutral sig too to read a jump, but that side air rather, sends cRacK flying. As the horn dodges through Twilight's attacks, and that's the recovery
there
that will do it.
The
entire match was cRacK struggling to get anything done to Twilight, and Twilight just playing the game very slowly so that he could even up the stocks 1-1.
It's a very close game. Both players in the yellow right now. And on the last stock, this is really anyone's game right now.
cRacK goes in for neutral air, gets the recovery,
Ooh,
tosses guitars into Twilight, and actually does a decent amount of damage with that string. Goes for a side air, two siders in a row that neither of them connect with that down. Ground pound will punish Twilight for going for a down light, and Twilight is taking a lot of damage. He's not really putting anything on cRacK. cRacK lands with the neutral air, gets punished by a neutral light. Twilight doesn't go for a sider follow-up, however. The second sider will actually work out, and cRacK finds himself disarmed once again, picks up the guitars, dives down into Twilight's face, brings him into the red, and Twilight goes back to his ledge.
He loves that ledge, doesn't he?
Ooh!
Ooh, that side sig almost connecting, but just barely missing.
Neutral light coming in. Ooh, Twilight waiting out. That weapon toss goes up for a down air. Down sig comes up, but Twilight...
both players so close to death right now. It's anyone's game. Whoever hits the next meaty hit is going to take this.
Yeah, and that's going to be brutal if it ends up being Twilight, because cRacK's going to have to work back for basically a reverse 3-0. Twilight is doing so good at making this match as slow as possible. Goes for a side air into another side air. Ooh, second side air hits, and that will do it.
Oh, that might do it. He doesn't have his recovery. It's over. cRacK's getting extended on the free screen there.
And
Twilight 2-0s it. He has one more game to win. Sticking to Vraxx.
Playing absolutely slowly with the guns and dictating the pace of the game to make sure that he can get the game, or get the stocks that he needed after dying to 2 N-Sigs, I think, that game, and is able to bring it back strictly with just gun sayers, to be completely honest. And here we go into game number 3 in this best of 5.
Here we are. Twilight. I mean, he doesn't play Vraxx. Like, he's basically just playing this because he knows he's confident. Well, I'm sorry, I shouldn't say he doesn't play Vraxx. He plays Vraxx casually and in 2v2s and in situations like this where he's just confident that he's better than his opponent. Like, as soon as he loses a game, he's gonna change to Bodvar or
and
something.
Vraxx's stats, especially with the guns, can do quite well against Queen Nai if you're confident with your recovery into the GC neutral sig, however, puts a lot of damage on the cRacK. But like, look at Twilight's damage. Twilight's already taken a bunch of damage despite a really crazy string like that. Considering that
yeah, that string's the only thing he's hit this stock, unfortunately. But yeah, like, I guess what I'm trying to say is, like, if you think Twilight's doing good now, like, he is 2-0 versus cRacK, and he's using Vraxx. Like, I think this set is pretty set in stone.
Ooh.
He...
cRacK tries to sidelight Twilight into the bomb, instead sidelights himself into the bomb, and ends up losing his stock. Twilight finding himself at kill percent, but cRacK gave up a lead that he desperately needed against the likes of Twilight's Vraxx. At least here on Shipwreck, I like the idea that cRacK had when he counterpicked this. There's not nearly as much ledge for Twilight to hold on to, so that he has a better chance of being able to punish him off stage, but not at a stock deficit.
But, okay, cRacK finds the kill. He doesn't get too much damage on him first. A very close game so far.
Ooh, Twilight tries to go in for a dive kick. Both players not landing any of their moves, but that neutral air will cover the dodge down air into the guitar. No, Twilight's willing to take him off stage with these unarmed combat against cRacK's guitars. Gets the lance, goes in for a down air, tries to follow up with a neutral light, but cRacK, she's holding on the guitars.
Twilight's trying to bait him out. cRacK's not going to fall for it.
Twilight tries to go in for a side light, holds on to the guns, goes for a side air himself. cRacK goes in for that dive into a down stick, but neither one really works. And Twilight's playing on the side of the ledge once again. Goes for that slide charge down stick. Neither one works. And
He's dead.
Recovery doesn't hit him. That's
He got his jumps reset. What the heck?
He must have hit the ledge after he got hit by that ground pound. And he
just barely nicked it to recovery, and that's actually pretty huge. Because this game would be super in cRacK's favor if it wasn't for that.
It still could be, however, if cRacK's able to get some damage off. But Twilight's landing the side airs, 3 side airs in a row. Twilight's ready to end the stock.
Oh wow!
The weapon toss
and the complete turnaround. cRacK had that in the bag. Wow. Okay. Twilight might get this 3-0. We'll see.
Ooh, that neutral stick
cRacK finds the neutral stick.
Nearly kills him. Twilight uses multiple aerial moves to be able to get back onto the stage. The side air will do it. And cRacK even up 1-1. This is cRacK's tournament stock. Unless he can win this game, then he has the chance to be able to reverse 3-0 Twilight. But Twilight definitely does not have the intention of letting him do that. Weapons are being denied from Twilight right now. Spears tossed high. cRacK goes in for a down air, and Twilight's able to punish with a neutral light. Or neutral air, rather. Holds onto the lance, gets back on stage, gets him with that side air. cRacK's running low on jumps, but cRacK's chasing him across the stage right now as he tries to hit him with these lance moves, and the down stick actually punishes his dodge onto the stage. Down air comes out, weapon toss.
Yeah, so he's using the fact that Lance has like fairly large startup frames to just be constantly aggressive against Twilight. And you see how, like, we heard all the audio cues of the Lance moves starting out, but none of them actually finished because cRacK just kept pushing towards him and interrupting them. That was some really good play from cRacK, but back in this game, Twilight is super close to death, but slowly whittling away at cRacK's health, getting him towards kill percent as well.
Ooh, Twilight jumps in with that neutral light into the side air. Second side air, that might actually do it with the lance if he gets the recovery. There's the nair, just the force cRacK further off the stage. Down air, that does
that's it. Wow.
An excellent ledge guard.
Off stage play.